Hello, my darlings. Welcome to your weekly reading. I'm obviously reading as water signs for Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. I am using the Sacred Forest Oracle, followed by the Druidcraft Tarot deck to pull your messages for this week. I am going to be pulling 3 cards, one for the problem stroke situation, one for spiritual messages for you, spiritual solutions for you, and then the potential outcome. If this reading resonates, you are hearing it within your divine design. And thank you as ever, my darling, for all of your wonderful comments and for liking this video. So let's have a look to see, first of all, for Cancer, what wishes to come out for you, angels, today. Thank you, Spirit, for Cancer, for those that most need to hear it. What is the overriding theme, the overriding message for this reading today? Thank you, Spirit. What wishes to come out? We have got Grace, wise woman of the grove. So despite sometimes not feeling that you can see the full way forward, the full way ahead, you can actually see the wood for the trees. And the wise woman takes that sort of step back and observes what is happening at this time. And I feel with this card that there is something to do with, I'm getting the word tradition for you. There's something to do with traditional values for you. There is something that you're pulling forth from you, this information, this knowledge that actually is that wise, intellectual, spiritual downloads of matter, because it is important for stability for you at this time. And 9 is the attainment of your goals, 49, and 1 and 3, that makes 13. That's new beginnings, growth, new beginnings, and 1 and 3 comes back to 4 again. So something's coming full circle. You have been growing in the dark, and that means that you have been growing through perhaps darker situations in your life. And people are listening to you, my darling. They're listening to the advice that you are imparting at this time. The wise woman of the grove, Grace. There is such grace sometimes in falling away, falling backwards, falling back into the universe, the grace of God. There is the way of sort of letting go and surrendering and handling something at this time with great grace and great courage, I'm getting as well. So let's see what, with the tarot for you, what the problem stroke situation is for Cancer. Thank you, Spirit. We have got the Princess of Pentacles, and I also saw the 3 of Swords. So yes, so out of something that has been very painful, that has impacted what you might feel is the foundation of a relationship, a foundation of a family, foundation of a friendship, that this is something to do with love here, do you see? And this is an old oak tree. But actually those wounds now, the swords are now laying against the tree. So it's a really weird word to use. There is a reduction, there is a regression of hurt now. And what has been painful is now being put to rest. And out of that situation, you have got the Princess of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles. And it's almost like this is the edge of the same tree here. Do you see? And out of you deciding to, and this takes great courage and great grace to do this, to sort of step away from something that's very painful, to not continue to get caught up in it. And to seek immediate answers as well. This is something where you have, as I said, sort of laid something to rest, put something down, decide to handle something very gracefully and with a great deal of courage. And out of that, therefore, the universe has given you, because you're not holding on to something so tightly, you're not wielding those swords. The universe has given you an opportunity, something that you are considering at this time, something that you are very contemplative about. And that's really good, to continue to think very deeply about what this offer is at this time, because this is the start of something. So whether out of a family situation, out of a foundation where there has been for yourself. This is your feelings. There has been an incredible amount of hurt, perhaps disappointment, perhaps a feeling of rejection, perhaps a feeling of confusion. Now you are beginning to see the beginnings of a new opportunity that's coming out of this, a refreshed approach. You're barefoot in this. So this says to me that you're in a place of really beginning to understand now, because, you know, out of everything that is what we may consider suffering, I mean, the essence of suffering is wanting a particular outcome, is holding on to a particular outcome. And I think you just sort of let things go. And now there is this new approach, this new way that, despite what you may feel is a bit of a different move for you, you are considering to do. So let's have a look to see. And you're considering to do it, my darling, from a place of understanding, a really generous place of understanding. Despite, you know, perhaps things not working out how you wanted them to work out, there is now this glimmer of a new beginning of a relationship, or a renewal of a relationship, a new opportunity, a new way of growth. Let's have a look at the spiritual solution for you. Thank you, Spirit. What have we got here? We've got the 8 of Wands and the Star. Yeah. Your attention now, you kind of reached here with this cliff here, you reached a point with this 3 of Swords. You reached a point where there was nothing else that you were being shown that you could do. You had to let go. You had to kind of put down with the 7 of Wands here behind. You had to kind of not perhaps... It's not per se to not defend your space anymore or defend your views anymore, but you just decided to lay it all to rest. And you decided actually that you were going to set an intention, to set your energy to looking forward now, to looking towards healing, to looking towards letting go of the past, to looking towards renewal, to looking towards healing on a very, very deep level, because the star sign only appears when there is healing that has happened or is needed or is in the process of happening on a very deep level. And this is not just for this is not just in an emotional capacity, but it is also affecting you from a very physical capacity as well. And it's also encouraging the ripple effect that's happening within your family dynamic, within your relationship dynamic as well. So 8 of Wands, where attention goes, energy flows, and you've decided to set your attention, your energy on an intent now to stretch, to perhaps practice a new skill, a new way of doing things. And you are throwing yourself behind this now. And this is a beautiful approach, because you're throwing yourself behind a desire. And therefore what you're doing is you're not just thinking about this anymore. This is not just the deep thought in the situation, which is sending out a message. Thoughts matter. Thoughts send out messages to the universe, and the universe will always respond. But you're now throwing your weight behind with Wands, the energy, the drive, the feeling of it as well. And that's the magnetism of what is now going to be attracted back to you. And this is a beautiful place of healing. It takes great vulnerability and a great openness to look to openly embrace healing on all levels, but not just for yourself, but for others as well. And to see that as the way forward. So beautiful reading here. And let's have a look at the potential outcome for you. Thank you, Spirit. Potential outcome for Cancer. It's the first card I saw. Queen of Swords, stunning. I'm seeing the Lady and the 9 of Cups as well. So it may take a little while for that wish fulfillment to come in, but you're patiently, I'm not going to say waiting. Well, there is an aspect of waiting here, but everything's been set. What Spirit is saying, the outcome is that you're in the law of preparation now for that which you desired to come in for you. For those, perhaps we're looking at a family gathering here. Perhaps we're looking at those that you're nearest and dearest and closest coming together to enjoy something, to enjoy a meal together. Perhaps it hasn't happened for a while, but you've prepared, you're ready for it. And that's the energy. That's the energy. Think about what you've been doing with this 8 of Wands. and this focus on healing, not on the hurts anymore. Those have been released. They've been they are in the process of being laid to rest now. That's what I'm getting. And with the Empress here, this is the energy of, you don't need to do a great deal. And I think you understand that now. You don't need to do a great deal other than sit within the yin energy within you, the feminine energy with you, and continue to respond to this situation as this wise woman of the grove with grace. Continue to listen, to absorb, to almost be in the shadows of it and observe everything, and continue to set your intentions, your desires, set them off, and trust that they will come back to you in a way that is for expansion for you, for growth, for healing, for all of those wishes that you desire. And also remember, this is the beginnings of something new. It's naturally growing now. This is a really lovely energy, Cancer. And the Queen of Swords is the outcome. So the Queen of Swords is about you now beginning to understand, have a deep understanding of what has happened, and wishing to understand more. You know, a queen will never shut herself off from her subject. She will always listen to advice from counsel. There is patience. I mean, Spirit is saying perhaps an impatience that you had before has now been converted into a much more graceful acceptance of what is. And with that, you are receiving and so much deeper clarity and understanding of this situation. And you're not afraid now to sit within that space and consider things differently, to, as I said, listen to wise counsel. You're much more, you've always been approachable, but there is now you're approachable in a way that is both gentle on yourself and gentle on others as well, with this Queen of Swords. And what else am I saying? And there is much wisdom in what you are saying as the Queen of Swords. There is much wisdom. You're not saying so much as you used to. You're not as talkative as you're used to, but you're sort of deeply reflective and deeply honest and deeply clear now with the words that you are using. And this Queen of Swords also is about the boundaries that you are setting within this space as well, because words matter. Communication matters. And I think you're understanding that now, that with this gentle but firm approach that you are doing, and with the clarity and the understanding of why you're doing it, there is a growing feeling within you that what has happened in the past has now ingrained within you both perhaps uncomfortable thoughts about your position within this, your perceptions in the past, and they've changed now into a much more deeper understanding of who you are as well, and the part that you play within this dynamic. And it has encouraged you to grow exponentially within yourself, and you're feeling much more confident now in your ability to communicate with others, where perhaps before there was an insecurity or a feeling of people didn't understand you so much. So a beautiful, beautiful outcome for you, darling, and continue to handle this, whether you are male or female. This is about the graceful energy of love, of understanding, of compassion, and of wisdom. And sometimes, you know, it takes the greatest grace and the greatest courage to not say very much when you actually understand so much more, and let people come to you. And I feel that as the overriding message for you, thank you, Spirit, is that people are now beginning to come to you so much more, because you are able to impart that graceful wisdom through everything that you have gone through. So I trust that has helped those that have resonated with this reading. I look forward to doing another one for you next week. In the meantime, have a rest of a beautiful week, and look out for your June readings and check out your summer readings. So much love. Bye-bye. Scorpio, hello, my darlings. Welcome to your weekly reading. I trust you are all well. Let's put that over there. Let's see what the overriding message is for you from the Sacred Forest Oracle. Thank you for Scorpio. Thank you, Scorpio. That wanted to come out. Love. Ooh, hello, my darlings. Love, love, love. Wild Rose Fairy here. So, I'm going to go straight into the tarot almost, but what I want to say is that there is, do you see here with the roses here, love can be both wonderful, beautiful, sensual, and also painful. And it is through the expression of love that we get to know ourselves in a remarkable way. And it is sometimes through the loss of love, the suffering of the loss of love, that we get to know ourselves in a remarkable way. It is through relationships with others, and they can, as I said, be both beautiful but also painful. And what Spirit wants you to understand with these beautiful roses is that whatever is happening for you right now with love, whatever conversations you are having with yourself with regards this situation, relationship with love, everything just like the roses, budding, blooming, flowering, and then fading, is all happening naturally for you. And we're going to pull a few cards on this as well and see, but there is here the wild rose spirit here. So the wild rose is an extraordinary rose that clambers over, climbs over, finds a way. So love will always find a way, and love, of course, will always find a way, because love in its essential form is the universe. The power of love is so much stronger than the power of anything else, the power of any negative thought, of ego, of control. The power of love is so much more powerful. So whatever question you're asking yourself today, do ask the question, what would love do in this instance? And that's perhaps the title of this reading for you. But let's see what else wishes to come out. Thank you, Spirit. For Scorpio, a card, please, for the situation, the problem at this time. Thank you, Spirit. That wanted to come out. A Chariot. Thank you. So this is the yin and the yang elements here. You see with the white horse representing the feminine energy, the black horse representing the masculine energy here. I feel, and you've got here this sort of wonder, she's sort of got, what she's doing is, it's not saying that she's controlling the horses per se, but she's guiding. So she's harnessing the power of both the feminine and the masculine energy. And there is when the Chariot, there is a vast sense of progression. Something is moving fast within your life. Perhaps, well, it is something to do with love. And with this sense of progression, we can get caught up in the momentum of it, which is wonderful. And we can feel that certain sense of excitement, and we can feel that sense of anticipation and being in love with being along for the ride. But there is also a sense of sometimes how we try and control how things are moving, how fast things are moving as well. And the message I'm receiving is that if you are, in a sense, feeling insecure at this time, or feeling a sense of fear about this relationship you're in, it's because that suffering you are feeling is coming from your holding on to a particular outcome. We always do this, don't we? We get excited about something, we want something to happen, and then we say, that's the goal, that's where I'm heading to. And it might not be. That might not be what is intended. That might not be what is for your greatest good. So let this movement, which is, it's balanced, at this present time, it's balanced. That yin and that yang energy, that receptiveness, that gentleness, that feeling your way through something, alongside the moves and the steps and the graceful steps that you are taking at this time with regards to love. But black and white also means balance. Unless these two are in balance, this chariot wouldn't go very far. So there is a great advancement in a relationship at this time. Enjoy the ride, Spirit is saying. Enjoy it. Enjoy this feeling that you have at this time, and don't fear any outcome. Don't make too many plans ahead. You know, this chariot driver, let's call her or him, she's looking far ahead. She's looking to the horizon, but she can't look beyond what she can see. And actually, the thrill of the ride is in the ride itself right now, and in the attention that she's giving to the balance of the horses. So yes, there is a certain amount of seeing forward and seeing ahead, but if she was so much in a daydream about what is coming up, what the plan, what the goal is, then she would not be responding to what she needs to respond to in the present situation, or be appreciating the actual ride itself. And I feel that's what Spirit is saying to you. Don't worry about tomorrow or the next day. Enjoy it now. Enjoy this love in this present moment, because, you know, flowers don't bloom forever. New relationships as a blossoming bud are just delightful, but then they come into full bloom, full flower. And then, you know, the flowers fade. And then there's other growth that comes from the rose plant. So appreciate and enjoy the sweetness of the moment. So let's see what Spirit's advice for you is. Thank you. Ace of Swords. This is the Lady of the Lake. What Spirit is saying with this is, whenever you ask, okay, so swords are about communication. Swords are about truth. They're about clarity. They're about having a realization of something. And sometimes we are confused by our feelings. We're confused by our deepest motives. We're confused by, let's say in this situation, the nerves that we might be feeling, which we think of fear and anxiety, might simply be feeling excited and ready. And Spirit is saying with this, when you ask the universe with the understanding the answer is given, it'll come in its divine design to you, but it's already given, then that is the Lady of the Lake. When it was asked of her to produce that hidden sword, Excalibur, that she keeps safely, it is produced instantly wherever you are. So wherever you are, my darling, whatever doubts you may be feeling, there is, in the moment of your utter belief that you will receive it, you will receive the answer that you're looking for at this time. So let's see what else. Look, the High Priestess. I mean, that is extraordinary. That's just appeared. So this is that hidden knowledge that you have. Do you see the cat in the background there? And it's the need to take that step back and know that something's yet hidden, something's yet to come through for you. But she is openly receiving the information, as above, down below. And this is, for me, a new relationship, a new cycle. But trust your intuition, my darling. This is all about the divine law. This is about something, a future not yet revealed to you. It's about the magic and mystery of the universe. It's about the answers that will come through in divine design But you have to ask the question, because if your attention is too much on that where you want to go, you're not going to notice, you're not going to receive. And you're very skilled. Not anybody can drive this chariot. You're very skilled at creating things in your life. You're very skilled at that, making that headway. You're very skilled at not getting stuck. But I feel that there is a sense of urgency about you wanting things to move forward all the time. But then how can you enjoy the present in that relationship? Let it be. Let them be. Let yourself be. Let yourself be. We're human beings, not human doings. And that's what I feel Spirit is asking you to do here with the High Priestess. I also sense with this that you have a new concept, a new idea about something. Perhaps there's a new relationship, perhaps there's a new sexual attraction in your life, whatever it may be. And I feel that you are encouraging what is happening with it. But there is this sort of slight gulp you're doing at the same time in terms of how much or how fast it's moving. And perhaps you recognize that as a pattern that you've done before in your life or has happened before in your life. So take a moment to observe, is this new? Is this a new relationship reflecting my new energy? Or is it a new relationship reflecting the same energy I had before in previous relationships? The law of attraction, the law of love. What have you been sending out there as a message? What are you receiving? So let's have a look to see. And I feel as well that you're ready to give yourself to this relationship. You're ready to embrace it. You're ready to step forward into it. But there is that fear. Thank you, Spirit. What's the outcome in terms of the Ace of Swords and the High Priestess? Thank you, Spirit. They're saying, you've got the Hangman. They're saying hang out, okay? You're gonna become, if this reading resonates with you and you just take it, that sense of progression in your mind, as long as you know that you're moving naturally with a natural sense of progression and you're not advancing it and making headway with it, with your thoughts, thank you, Spirit, then all will be well. You'll hang out in the present moment. You won't be in too much of a rush. You're going to start to observe this relationship differently. You're going to receive both abundance from this relationship. You see there with the scythe and the wheat. And you're going to also not perhaps talk about it too much in this hangman space. You're not going to sort of discuss it too much with others. You're just going to look to hang out with them, enjoy it, enjoy the present moment, enjoy this summer as well with all the wheat here. And then you've got the Ace of Pentacles has come through for you. So an Ace of Swords and an Ace of Pentacles is very much a yes from the universe in answer to your question that is for your greatest good. The Ace of Pentacles is that if you give value to time spent in the present moment and you give value to the enjoyment of the time and your energy and your love in the present moment within this relationship, then this is that golden opportunity for you, for the growth and the potential of this relationship. And it is also going to encourage you to perhaps come out of, to heal a lot of things from the past that have been repeating themselves in cycles. And it's almost like you're coming out of the winter stage of your life. I'm seeing the bear coming out of the cave. So you're coming, and the bear represents healing. So you're coming out into into spring, into a really beautiful period of your life for growth, my darling. So there we are. Enjoy it. Hang out in this relationship now. Don't create the momentum so much. Because I'm just going to say one last thing. When we meet somebody and we feel we have feelings for them, then we kind of almost set milestones, don't we, within our mind as to how things should be, when things should be. When should we say we love them? When should they say they love us back? Oh my goodness, they haven't said they loved us back for a long time. Do they not love us anymore? Oh my goodness, there's no talk of commitment. So we create these huge feelings of expectation. And that expectation in terms of how we are seeing this relationship and we are feeling it brings, for the most part, great disappointment and suffering. Because we want things to go the way that we have been conditioned or trained to think things should go. And Spirit is encouraging you that this relationship, as the Ace of Pentacles and as the Ace of Swords here as well, has an extraordinary potential. But don't rush it. Enjoy it. Go with it. Go with the flow. Go with the natural pace. Don't try and be too much of one thing in this relationship either. Be in balance. Be the feminine. Be receptive. Be receiving. Be proactive as well. Be productive. So just think about the balancing of energies and perhaps, what you're doing too much of, perhaps what you're doing too little of. But also, most importantly, enjoy it. Enjoy this relationship. I come back to this, the wild rose love. Enjoy it. Allow the universe to, with your assistance, with your harmonious assistance, to resolve this, to put your mind at rest, and to encourage you to enjoy this relationship in the most extraordinary and most wonderful of ways, and trust what is unfolding perfectly for you, my darling. Number 4, stability. So much love to you, and I look forward to doing your June readings this week. In the meantime, do check out the summer readings and have a rest of a beautiful day. Lots of love, my darlings. Bye-bye. Pisces, hello, my darlings. Welcome to your weekly reading. Let's have a look to see what the Sacred Forest Oracle has for you, for those that most need to hear it. Thank you, Spirit. For Pisces, what wishes to come out? I trust you're all well. There we go. What have we got? Dragonfly, Spirit, change. Change has come out for you. Change can be uncomfortable. Change can be sad as well. Change can cause us to feel that life isn't working out the way that we thought it was going to work out. But Spirit is promising you that life is working out just as it's intended for you, and that actually the light of the universe, the light of God, the light of Spirit is with you in all ways. And to look forward to see that hand of God with you, to see what is happening for you at this time that's deeply transformational, and is allowing, and to allow in your curiosity of what is happening, the path of least resistance to flow through you, to flow to you as well. There is so much change that's happening, and out of things that have been these dark and murky waters, there are the lotus flowers, which talks about the transformation that is happening. Whenever an extraordinary big change happens in your life, it is worth reflecting on before the change. What is it that you were talking about? What is it that you were thinking about? Because all of that matters. All of that is the command, the charge that you've given the universe, and it's responded. And whatever your concepts and your ideas about your development and your dreams, the change that's happening now is a reflection of the thoughts and actions that you did in the past. So, and they are taking you to where you are desiring to go, but you can't get from A to B without this bridge of change. So this is just a reflection of the progression of things happening for you in your life. Let's have a look to see. And thank you, Spirit. The release, the freedom to feel curious rather than feeling fear is to understand it from that aspect. All is well. All is not as it seems. There is a sense of progression. There is a sense of change. It is happening for you, not to you. And if you can choose to see it from that higher perspective, that higher self, you can choose to see the dragonfly represents the light of the universe shining on everything for you at this time. If you can see that, then you're going to have the freedom to sense and see the progression that's happening, not the stuck feeling that you're feeling, or this feeling of chaos at this time. Within chaos, cause has an omnipotent symphony. There is a harmony. There is a reason for this. So let's have a look to see with the Druidcraft Tarot for you what wishes to come out. Thank you, Spirit. For Pisces, what is the situation? Too many cards. What is the situation at this time? Thank you. The Tower and the Hangman. Yeah, I'm two major arcanas have come out for you here. First of all, you have the Tower here. So there has been obviously significant disruption. And you see the lights are still on here inside. So this is something that's happened. It's something that's happened. It's turned your life upside down, basically. You know, the rug has been pulled out from under your feet. And but this is important with the Hangman next to it as well. Take the time now to look at this from a new perspective. Take the time to think about. Sometimes when we put those messages out to the universe, or we're repeating things over and over about the way that things are that are not encouraging us to feel content or happy, then we tend to get small little signs from the universe, little signs of showing us the way. And if we choose to ignore those, then we get a great big sign that comes in from the universe. It's like a deliberate, sometimes intervening, our soul is intervening on our behalf with the universe to create the disruption. Now, think about, though, what that disruption means. If you've been very stuck and rigid within a space, and you haven't been able to see the way out in the past, or you've been uncomfortable, even though you might have been pretending you're unhappy, or even though you've been pretending you've been happy, or there's been a sense of a lack within you, then what happens is, in order for that structure, that very rigid, strong structure, to be dismantled, it has to happen from the roots, from the foundation. It has to all go. And that's where, when we have this significant life change that happens within our life, it can leave us feeling adrift. It can leave us feeling bereft. It can leave us feeling shell-shocked about what has happened. But what it's done is created a void. It's created an empty space energetically. It's created disorder. The universe and yourself, your soul, have created disorder. And out of that disorder, with your trying to hold on to the remnants of anything, the universe can create a new order for you, a new way, something that is reflecting your desires and your dreams. The law of order and disorder. So there is an omnipotent symphony within chaos. And however chaotic things may seem at this time, if you can choose to see things from that new perspective, my darling, there is so much within your life that is ripe and ready for harvest. There is so much to keep you busy, to focusing on what you've already grown in your life. And whilst this has happened, it is for the expansion of this as well. And there may seem to be at this time a pause in your life, that things are not happening the way that you want to, even though there is great change happening. There is a sort of feeling of, well, why hasn't this happened? Why hasn't this person contacted me? Why hasn't this moved forward? And it's because the universe is asking you to take stock, literally, to think about who you are and what you've achieved to date, and what it is that you are thinking about within your dreams, to perhaps not talk about it so much with people, but to perhaps simply choose to see this from the perspective that this is opening up a whole new field of energy for you to create, for you to plant the seeds as you so desire. So let's have a look to see for Spirit's solution for you. Thank you. Alongside of this, thank you, Spirit. The 7 of Cups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I feel, and there's a 7th cup there. There are 6 cups within this water. So I feel this is a reflection of a relationship that you felt has had a significant change to it. Whether somebody has left you, whether something has changed that used to be a certain structure and now it's changed. And you are in a state of reflection of that with this 6 of Cups. And perhaps also because this water is very calm, but you've got the ripple effect here. My little birds are outside. There is the beginnings of, and your foot is, you haven't quite got to the heart of it yet. You haven't yet really put your foot, tip your toe in this water. There is something within this reflection that's still a bit, you haven't stirred up. There's something within the emotions that you haven't yet captured. But there is one cup here with the 7 of Cups. There is a cup here, that's that Ace of Cups within the situation. And what Spirit is saying, and it's full of water, that actually the reflection of that soulmate relationship for you has given you now, there's more still to come on this, but has given you now a truer sense of who you are emotionally. You've got to know yourself better through this. That relationship within this space of the Hangman is shown you who you are, and that you are enough, and that you are plenty, and that you are amazing, and that you are unique. And I know you're tired, and I know that there is a feeling of almost emotional exhaustion with looking to understand what has happened. And Spirit is saying, let it go now. Let it go. There are so many opportunities out there for you. There are so many things that are coming in for you. There is so much change. Beautiful. The dragonfly is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful change that's happening for you. And have a little patience. Do have a little patience with what is happening. But you have decided to take this time. You've needed this energy space for this reflection. There's a little bit more that is going to come through during this period of the Hangman. And then from the Hangman, the new order, the new structure is coming into your life. And you're already seeing signs of it now with the 7 of Cups. So have a little patience. There's early signs of what is happening. Let's have a look at the outcome for you. Thank you for Pisces. I keep getting the new order, the new direction, the new way. But you have to get up. There's a sense of nostalgia and lethargy here, and you're being asked to just do it. Whatever it is that you're wanting to do, just do it. Just do it. Just small steps, baby step, but just create the momentum. Universe will always respond to that which you desire, but you have to take the first step forward. And you are enough and you're ready. So let's have a look to see what the outcome is for you. Thank you, Spirit. It's a big, you know, the Hangman and the Tower and change. There's a lot happening for you, Pisces. Thank you. What's the outcome? Oh, that's so funny. So that came out from another deck. That is very interesting. You've got, I'm just going to show you acceptance and renewal. So this is a challenge for you to accept who you are, acceptance of ourselves, acceptance of others. Let them be. Accept, surrender. Our suffering, the most part of our suffering comes from our attachment to a certain outcome. And Spirit is asking you to let go of the outcome that you are looking to do. It's not to say it's wrong. It's not to say it's right. It's just about allowing things to grow naturally as they are. And you're going to have so much more fulfillment in your life if you let go of what is and embrace this change, this renewal, to take this leap. And maybe, just maybe, that frog is going to transform into a prince when you go through the embracing of what is renewed, what is transformed, what you're going to leap into, what you're going to step into. Let's just do one card with the tarot as well. Thank you, Spirit, for that extra message. And I think what I'm also receiving with acceptance and the Starry Night is, I know this sounds silly, and I wouldn't normally or often say this, but I'm receiving the message. It's written in the stars. It's written in the stars. You know this, you can feel this, but accept the way that the universe is asking you to accept it. This is not my way, this is thy way. And for thy way is for your greatest good. Thy way is that new direction, that new approach. Thank you, Spirit. What's the outcome here? Thank you. Ooh, lots of cards want to come out. Healing. Thank you. One more card, please. Just one card to go in. Healing. Thank you. And the Magician and the 10 of Cups and the Ace of Wands. Oh my God. So there we are. The outcome, my darling, if you take the spiritual advice, is this continuation. She's already pouring here. Is the continuation of the deep healing that is happening and the ripple effect that that is going to have on your life. This also is about it's about the hopes and blessings to come, but it's also about the replenishment, the renewal of your energy and not giving too much of your energy away. Thank you. The Magician. The Magician is the as above, down below card here. This is the card of you continuing to manifest that which you desire. So continuing to accept. It's done. You've already received it. You just haven't received it in your reality or as a physical thing. What comes first, the chicken or the egg? Your belief or the actual manifestation of something? The chicken or the egg? So Spirit's been quite amusing with you. I don't know if you have chickens, but it's your firm belief in the laws of the universe, and that's a growing thing for you. And with that, my darling, you have the 10 of Cups. So you have a completion of, you have with this 10 of Cups, and there are the all 10 are on the table. So I feel there is a coming together in a very nurturing way of a sense of fulfillment for you with family, with loved ones, with maybe a loved one as well. But there is growth within this relationship for you. And the Ace of Wands, you're calling it in the right time. You do see here with the stag. So you can't, what Spirit is saying is you want to almost go to it, which you can't, because there is this natural gap here, but you can call it in. And as the stag, calling it in with a grace and an understanding, and doing it from a sense of the magnetic attraction that you are calling in what it is that you are desiring. Now, maybe it is this same person here within the Six of Cups, within the water of what is being reflected back at you. Maybe it is a brand new relationship with the Ace of Wands, but whatever it is, it's coming as a result of the deep healing that you are doing and have done, and the releasing that you have done. And it is coming in because you are believing both in yourself, but you're also believing in who you are and that you deserve this. And whatever is happening, darling, the universe is saying all will be well. And the Ten of Cups, I come back to this card here. The Ten of Cups, my darling, is that card of harmony for you, that card of happy family, of a strong relationship with whoever that may be, and of great joy and of great growth, different stages of growth. So there we are, angels. I trust that has helped those that have resonated with this reading, and I look forward to doing another one for you next week. In the meantime, do check out your summer readings, and I'm starting the June readings as well today. So much love to you. Take care. Bye bye.